Hello my dear friends, this is Prashant Mavani and I welcome all of you in today's geography lecture in which we are going to talk about Indian Ocean. Now dear friends, as you know that we have already sailed through Atlantic Ocean, so I have a small exercise for all of you. Right? What you can do is to enhance your knowledge regarding Atlantic Ocean is list all the countries that are located on the shores of Atlantic Ocean. Now you know it very well that on the eastern side you have Europe and Africa, and on the western side of Atlantic Ocean you have North America and South America, and there are many islands located particularly in the northern side of Atlantic Ocean. So please go through, open your atlas book and locate all the countries, major countries, and next time whenever you come across any country, say for example Brazil, if you read any news regarding Brazil, then what you should do is also connect this with Atlantic Ocean, because hey, we know it that on the eastern side of Brazil, or the eastern coast of Brazil, is connected with Atlantic Ocean. So this is how you prepare for your civil services examination. Now observe the picture which is provided here for all of you. It is basically a route of Titanic, right? And we know that Titanic faced a mishap in Atlantic Ocean. So you know that it got an accident with an iceberg. So I want to ask you a question that so far what you know about geography, how things works, how season changes, everything we have discussed in our previous lectures on geography. So guess or make an educational guess that what would be the weather in the northern hemisphere or in Atlantic Ocean at the time when this ship was floating on this ocean. Right, so that's everything regarding your previous lectures to do things, or you can also term it as a small exercise or homework. Now let's move on to Indian Ocean. Now here we go. This is a map of Indian Ocean. What are the countries or continents that you can spot from this picture given to you? I can clearly see the eastern coast or eastern part of Africa. There are so many countries here, right? This is again a part of Africa, this island known as Madagascar. I clearly remember a couple of months ago we have talked about business of sapphire. It is an expensive stone, right? That is found in this part of Africa, an island known as Madagascar. Apart from that, you can also spot Arabian countries. Yemen is a country in which India conducted an operation to evacuate all the people who were strangled here because of a war that was going on. Oman is quite famous, particularly with Gujarati people, because there are millions of Gujarati people who are working in Oman. Then we have Asia. Of course, this one again is part of Asia as well. So this is your Asian continent here. These countries of Indonesia, Malaysia, they are all part of Asia. And here is another continent which we have already learned about, and that is Australia. So basically 3 continents share the water of Indian Ocean. One is Africa, if we go clockwise, then Asia, Australia, and Africa. These are the 3 countries, right? Apart from that, there are other basic details regarding Indian Ocean. I will come back to this picture, but let's understand the other details. This is the only ocean that is named after a country, and that is after our country India. It is almost triangular in shape. Indian Ocean is a body of salt covering approximately 1/5 of the total ocean area of the world. It is the smallest, geologically youngest, and physically most complex of the world's 3 major oceans. We are not taking Arctic Ocean in consideration. We are only talking about Pacific, Atlantic and Indian Ocean. The average depth is 3,960 meters and the deepest point is 7,450 meters, that is Sunda Deep, that is in Java Trench of Indonesia. Right. Apart from that, other basic details is on the north you have Asia, which we have already spotted. On the western side of Indian Ocean you find Africa. On the eastern side you have Australia. Right. Then other things like Strait of Malacca, Bab el-Mandeb, Strait of Hormuz, security and defense things, we are going to learn it in a short while, but that I'm going to teach you with the help of this picture. Now I would request all of you to open your map book or atlas book, right? And if you open the political map of Asia or political map of the world, then you will find this part of the world, right? That is having a shore with Indian Ocean. Now do try to locate Strait of Malacca, right? How you can get maximum out of this video is that pause the video here, scan your map book, right, and locate Strait of Malacca in Asia. Now I believe all of you might have paused this video and you have spotted Strait of Malacca, which is right here, right? It is a passage from which from Indian Ocean you can enter into this part of the water, which is South China Sea, which is a very controversial water area, because a couple of months ago we have seen how China has claimed 9 dashed lines. China is claiming that all the islands that are located in this part of water body is belonging to China, but the other countries located in around South China Sea are also claiming for a couple of islands. There is a controversy going on in this part of the world, but we are not going too deep into it. But what I want you to understand is that this is your Strait of Malacca. Then if you locate Bab el-Mandeb, then you will find it over here. This is Bab el-Mandeb. This is your Strait of Hormuz. I'm just going to provide you one example of geopolitics, of economics, and from that we will try to understand the importance of Indian Ocean. Now dear friends, you know that you might have read this thing or you might have heard this thing that 21st century is the century of Asia, and China and India together are rising countries, right? They are going to be the future leader of the world. There are many reasons behind it. Of course, the population, the economic development, the growth of the economy and things like that. Now imagine that if India and China together are growing, right, and they are growing, so in a growing economy or a developing economy having highest population, right, India and China, we know that they are one of the most populated country in the world, so they would require fuel, energy, electricity, oil for their day-to-day needs, isn't it, and for their industrial and other purposes. Now, which part of the world is producing the highest amount of oil? You will find that it is this part, your Saudi Arabia, Oman, and UAE and Bahrain and all these countries which are located here. So all the oils would be traveling from this part, right? Generally speaking, it travels from this part rather than this part. So it is traveling from this part, from Strait of Hormuz, and from Strait of Hormuz it reaches India, which is not that far, but we know that it is also reaching to China. So for that it has to travel all across from here. Then the ship enters into Strait of Malacca, and from Strait of Malacca it enters or reaches China. Now we know that China is producing all the goods, right, all the products, electronic products and other products for the world. It is also known as manufacturing hub of the world at the moment, right, which India is trying to capture that market as well. So all the goods that are produced in China is traveling from this part. It is entering Strait of Malacca and then it is reaching India or other parts of Africa, right? And if it wants to go to Europe, then as well it has to go through this route from here, from this Bab al Mandeb. It will enter to this canal, I forgot the name, or Suez Canal. Yes, Suez Canal. Sorry, this thing happens because it is a live lecture. It is not, I don't have any notes or anything, but anyways, so from here it enters to Mediterranean Sea. If you open your world map, you will find Mediterranean Sea a bit on the north of Egypt, and from there it reaches the European market. Apart from that, all the tradings that is going on between all countries are also carried on through the water of Indian Ocean. So this is a small example through which I'm trying to demonstrate, or I'm trying to project the importance of Indian Ocean, right? We know that maximum amount of people are living in Asia. They need goods for their day-to-day consumption, and not everything is produced in Asia. Many of the European goods are produced in many of the European goods are imported by these Asian countries, and all the goods that are produced, generally speaking, because of economies of scale, that means maximum population is here, so labor is cheap, and the labor is cheap, so finally all the products that are produced in this part of the world are cheaper as well. We know that countries like Bangladesh are hub for producing textile materials, isn't it? Textile products. Countries like Vietnam are quite ahead in producing footwears. So there are many things which we of course cannot include everything in this discussion, but with small examples I'm trying to explain the importance of Indian Ocean. So everything that is produced here is exported to particularly European countries, is traveling through Indian Ocean, and from Indian Ocean it reaches to Red Sea to Mediterranean, and it goes back and forth this way. The other thing is, after the opening, if you go back to history as well, then you will find the importance of Indian Ocean, particularly after the invasion, or you can say the incoming flow of European people, right? We know that Vasco da Gama traveled all the way to Atlantic Ocean, then he reached Cape Town, and from there he traveled over the Indian Ocean, and then he finally reached India. But after the opening of Suez Canal, the importance of Atlantic Ocean got declined a bit, and it was this route that colonials were using for coming in and out of India and other parts of Asia. So from historical perspective as well, Indian Ocean has played a huge role, and today as well, because of rising countries or rising of Asia, it is again or it has again became a very important ocean. The other things that I would like to highlight is that you might have heard in news, or you might have read this thing in the news, that Indian Ocean is also facing, whenever we find any countries, like say for example the last visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So last visit of Mr. Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, when he visited countries of Tanzania, Mozambique and Kenya, at that time, if you remember, talks were going on between security, particularly Navy, right? Collaboration of navies of this country and India. And one point, if you may have heard in this talks, was regarding piracy, right? Because we know that Somalian pirates are infamous for all these activities, and it is not only limited to this part, but there are parts over here as well where these things are taking place. Apart from that, there are other things that are associated on geopolitical context, Indian Ocean, which I will show you with the help of a small map which I have got for you here. See, these are the places where piracy attacks, actual attacks took place, and some of the places where attempted attacks took place. Then the red star here points out the Chinese ships refueling stations. See the way China is making a string of pearl. You might have heard about this term. If you have not heard about this thing, then don't worry. In our future discussion, we will talk about this thing in detail. But today as we are just talking about Indian Ocean, so I'm just highlighting some important things in Indian Ocean. You can go through this picture, which is available for you to download from our website. So do study this one. And the reason why we have gone a bit deeper into Indian Ocean is because, as you all guys are preparing for civil services examination of India, so one of the most important thing, or one of the most important ocean for you, is of course Indian Ocean. Other oceans, Pacific, Atlantic and Arctic oceans, are important as well, but Indian Ocean is priority number one, particularly when you are preparing for civil services. Right, friends, so basically all the bits and pieces, all the important information is covered in this lecture that is dedicated to Indian Ocean, and I think it is more than enough for now for you guys to know about regarding the things that are important for Indian Ocean is being presented to you. Now, if you want to download this particular file, then do visit our website, which is upsciasexams.com. Apart from geography lectures, you will also get lectures on history. As you might have seen, that they are not bookish lecture, they are I would say out of box sort of things. We are not limited to what things are there in your NCERT books. We are going out of it. Of course, we are taking all the information that is provided there, but we are also connecting it with what's going on around the world, particularly with current affairs. And the reason is because that's what UPSC is demanding from its aspirants. So keeping in mind the necessity and the relevance of all the questions that demand the knowledge that the questions demand from you is presented in all our basic lectures. May it be history, may it be political science or polity, may it be economics, or may it be geography. All the lectures you will find that they would be designed in a new method, right? So I'll keep it till here. Do not forget to visit our website. You will also find daily current affairs analysis over there. You would be able to download PDF files which you can keep it as notes, and you will also find, all the subscribers will also find special video lecture and special video special articles on topics that are important for your civil service preparation. So this is Prashant Mavani signing off. Till then, enjoy your studies. I'll see you all soon with a new lecture. Take care. Goodbye.